Welcome, distinguished viewers, to the age of steel and fire. Throughout history, great powers have always sought to assert their dominance at sea. In antiquity, the Battle of Actium gave birth to the Roman Empire. In the 21st century, supercarriers stand as the ultimate symbols of national strength and ambition. Today, we witness a symbolic confrontation: Fujian, China's newest pride, and USS Gerald R. the most advanced nuclear-powered carrier of the United States. One is a rising challenger, striving to project power across the oceans. The other, a seasoned giant that has ruled the seas for more than half a century. This is not merely a story of steel, engines, and technology. It is a story of strategy, of balance of power, and of the future of global order. As Fujian cuts through the waters of the South China Sea, and Gerald R. patrols the Atlantic, both vessels carry a message: whoever controls the oceans, controls history. In this video, Hector and Chronos will guide you through every detail, from electromagnetic launch systems, aircraft complements, and electronic warfare, to the strategic significance behind these floating fortresses. Together, we will uncover whether Fujian can truly challenge Gerald R. or if Ford remains the unshakable symbol of American naval supremacy. To truly understand the power of these two supercarriers, we must first examine the numbers. Technical specifications are not just dry figures. They define combat capability, operational reach, and the strategic weight each nation can project. Fujian, China's Type 003 carrier, displaces around 80 to 85,000 tons and stretches over 316 meters in length. It is the largest carrier China has ever built, yet it relies on conventional steam turbines rather than nuclear propulsion, meaning its range is limited by the need for refueling. Fujian can carry more than 50 aircraft, including the airborne early warning planes, a significant leap forward compared to China's previous carriers. USS Gerald R. CVN 78 of the United States tells a different story. With a displacement of nearly 100,000 tons and a length of 337 meters, Ford is the most advanced nuclear-powered carrier in the world. Its 2A-1B nuclear reactors grant it virtually unlimited endurance at sea, free from the constraints of traditional fuel. Ford can host about 75 aircraft, including early warning planes and helicopters, a diverse and comprehensive naval air wing. When we look at these figures side by side, the contrast is clear. Fujian represents China's technological leap, but Gerald R. still holds the advantage in scale, energy, and global deployment capability. This foundation sets the stage for our deeper comparison of electromagnetic launch systems, electronic warfare, and the strategic meaning behind these floating fortresses. If propulsion is the heart of a carrier, then its launch system is the wings that lift naval aviation into the sky. Fujian, China's Type 003, is equipped with 3 electromagnetic catapults, EMALS. This marks China's first adoption of EMALS, replacing the traditional ski jump ramps that limited aircraft weight and range. With EMALS, Fujian can launch stealth fighters like the J-35 fully armed, or heavy airborne early warning planes such as the KJ-600, capabilities that previous Chinese carriers could not achieve. Yet, Fujian remains in its testing phase, with no long-term operational experience. USS Gerald R. CVN 78 of the United States goes further, fitted with 4 EMALS catapults, paired with the Advanced Arresting Gear, AG. This allows Ford to sustain a higher sortie rate, while reducing aircraft wear thanks to smoother launches. The U.S. Navy has been operating EMALS since 2017, proving its ability to launch everything from lightweight UAVs to heavy strike fighters. In terms of numbers, Fujian's 3 EMALS represent a technological leap, but Gerald R. Ford's 4 EMALS still provide the edge in sortie generation and sustaining large-scale air campaigns. A carrier is not judged solely by its size or propulsion, but by the air wing it carries. Aircraft are the true weapons that project power, securing dominance in the skies and across the seas. Fujian, China's Type 003, can host more than 50 aircraft. Its centerpiece is the J-35 stealth fighter, expected to rival the F-35C. Alongside it are upgraded J-15 fighters, already familiar in China's naval service, and the KJ-600 airborne early warning aircraft, which dramatically expands situational awareness. This marks a breakthrough, as China had never before deployed carrier-based early warning planes. USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78 of the United States fields a larger and more diverse air wing, with around 75 aircraft. Its backbone is the F/18E divided by F Super Hornet, complemented by the F-35C Lightning II, a fifth-generation stealth fighter. Ford also carries the proven E-2D Hawkeye for airborne early warning, and MH-60 Seahawk helicopters for anti-submarine warfare and rescue operations. The contrast is striking. Fujian represents a major leap forward in China's naval aviation, but Gerald R. Ford still dominates in numbers, diversity, and above all, decades of global combat experience. This is why Ford remains the flying fortress of American naval supremacy. A supercarrier is not merely a floating runway. It is a complex combat system, where radar, electronics, and defensive weapons combine to protect the fleet and extend the reach of naval aviation. Fujian, China's Type 003 is equipped with advanced AESA radar, capable of detecting targets at long range and resisting electronic jamming. Close-in weapon systems, CIWS, and HQ-10 surface-to-air missiles form a defensive shield against incoming cruise missiles and hostile aircraft. Yet, Fujian remains in its testing phase, with no long-term combat experience to validate the full effectiveness of its systems. USS CVN-78 of the United States carries the N/Spy-3 and N/Spy-4 radar systems, integrated into America's global defense network. Its Phalanx CIWS and RIM-162 ESSM missiles provide layered protection, from close-in defense to medium-range interception. Ford is also designed for cyber and network-centric warfare, coordinating seamlessly with other warships in its carrier strike group. This is the key difference. The U.S. Navy not only has the technology, but decades of operational experience refining and upgrading these systems in real combat. The comparison reveals a clear divide. Fujian represents a bold leap forward, but Gerald R. Ford still dominates in reliability, integration, and proven combat weapons. One is the rising ambition, the other a seasoned power with decades of supremacy at sea. When we look at Fujian and Gerald R. Ford, we do not simply see two massive warships cutting through the oceans. We see two opposing strategic visions, two approaches to asserting dominance at sea. Fujian, China's Type 003, is a bold declaration of naval ambition. Its adoption of EMALS, deployment of stealth J-35 fighters, and carrier-based KJ-600 early warning aircraft signal China's intent to join the ranks of nations capable of true blue-water operations. Fujian is not just a ship, it is a symbol of China's strategy to expand influence across the Pacific and beyond. USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78 of the United States stands as proof of established supremacy. With nuclear propulsion, integrated electronic warfare systems, and a diverse air wing, Ford does more than safeguard American interests. It upholds the global order led by the United States. It is a statement that America still wields the most powerful tool for controlling the seas. Yet strategic strength is not only about technology, but also about cost and sustainability. Gerald R. Ford required more than $13 billion to build, reflecting its nuclear propulsion and advanced EMALS system. In contrast, Fujian was constructed at a significantly lower cost, leveraging domestic technology and conventional power. Operationally, Ford offers a 50-year lifespan and virtually unlimited endurance, though at the price of extremely high maintenance costs. Fujian, powered by steam turbines, requires regular refueling, making it cheaper to operate but limited in range. Most telling is the pace of construction. The United States took over a decade to complete Ford, while China launched Fujian in just a few years and is already planning more carriers. From a professional perspective, Fujian represents a remarkable leap forward, yet remains a rising challenger. Gerald R. Ford embodies decades of proven strength and operational experience. One is ambition, the other is mastery. And this confrontation, in technology, cost, and production speed, will shape the balance of naval power in the 21st century. When we place Fujian and Gerald R. Ford side by side, the contrast becomes clear. One is a rising challenger, steadily building its presence. The other, a seasoned superpower that has ruled the seas for decades. Fujian, China's technological leap, carrying the ambition to project power across the oceans. Gerald R. Ford, America's nuclear supercarrier, the proven symbol of naval supremacy. One is ambition, the other is experience. This confrontation is not merely about steel, engines, or aircraft numbers. It is about strategy, balance of power, and the future of global order. And that is why Hector and Chronos bring you this video, to analyze, to reflect, and to understand that carriers are more than war machines. They are symbols of global competition in the 21st century. Stay with us on this journey, as we continue to explore the battles, the technologies, and the stories that have shaped, and will continue to shape, human history.